I don't know what this is gonna say. It's gonna be an impromptu and giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakudash, Dawadi Habashim Yahweh Shai, Dawadi Habashim Yahweh Shai, Dawadi Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Chaos is.
And a double honor to the elders and apostles of old. Right? Yo, I'm about to do this little a video real quick. It's like impromptu. Because the same thing how Nepal just had a situation where the Lord reminded me of the flood. But the second death is worse than the flood.
Chaos is erupting across the world as Treasury bonds for the US sink to its lowest level, and the American government said it is preparing to blow up the global financial system. I think this is the point where we say, and the whole world wonder after the beast. I repeat.
So I want to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, because they're the only ones who carried the baton of the prophets of One West, the original 7 of One West, that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai introduced himself back into the world through. The whole world wanted after the beast. And they're the only ones who spoke of the mark of the beast. All right, the European NATO nations, the book of Daniel speaks of a beast. Not beast. The book of Daniel speaks of empires. Right? It speaks of empires. Revelation chapter 13, verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. All right, so the Edomites, they've had their different empires. All right, they love to speak of Alexander the Great. They don't like to speak of Esau the Edomite. It's like it. All right, you got King's Highway written in the Bible. Then you got North King's Highway in Virginia, out Alexandria, Virginia. And you got South King's Highway. All right? They will not let go of their history. All right? When our ancestors came out of Egypt, Esau Edom already had a highway called King's Highway. When he built his empire over here because of his eco side, I must be allowed to do a video on the eco side video I saw this morning. Baba Kusha, Yabashim Yahweh. When he did what he did to the so-called Native Americans, that's why I like the joke that Red Fox had on the Red Fox show, probably season 1, episode 10. It said Esau come out there with some jokes. He got jokes on jokes on jokes on jokes. He was like, yeah, I just saw an Indian outside. I knew it was an Indian because he was scalping tickets. Then he turned his back and got shot in the air, back with an arrow. All right, ha. So Revelation chapter 13, verse 3, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. It looked like the Roman Empire was over. Excuse me. But no, they came back and conquered the whole planet. The whole planet. That's why Europe looks like ancient Rome. Italy looks like ancient Rome. America looks like ancient Rome. Anywhere these colonizing conquerors go, looks like ancient Rome. And I must play that. Oh my goodness gracious. But anyway, because I'm about to change subjects. Just like I ain't mean to speak about IUIC earlier.
The whole world is now wondering after the beast as the US threatened to blow up the global.
So the beast is not America. America is the little horn. The beast is Europe, EU, NATO, and Babylon the Great, America. That's the beast. The beast is Esau, Edom, excluding Russia. All right? As it is written, if Satan fight against Satan, how can Satan stand? So if Esau fights against Esau, which is what all World War III, matter of fact, excuse me. Where's that video at? Come on now.
3 things men experience before giving erectile
I
dysfunction.
suggest-
1. Dribbling after
I suggest all 12 tribes of Israel watch this video. The ecocidal history of the U.S. military, Earth's greatest enemy, deleted scene. Okay?
peeing. Most men just think this is part of getting older. It's not. It's your ischiocavernosus.
It's 13 minutes long.
Global
And it's-
financial
And it's very, very strong to be 13 minutes long.
system, and the dollar is seeing its last leg.
We are giving everyone the opportunity to remedy bad behavior. Why would I want to blow up the global financial system? We believe that it is important to level set.
Who said you can? Who said you can't blow up the global system? Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. How? By blowing up the global system. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Why? Because he blew up the gold, I keep wanting to say golden, global system. Matter of fact, how has that golden city ceased? The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 4. Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how have the oppressor ceased? Right? How? Because Iran has stopped you with drones. Picture that. I bought my children drones back when and hoverboards back when the hoverboards was so-called catching on fire. No, don't trust the hoverboards. Bought the hoverboards, bought them drones, and they could have, by now they would have been able to save Nolan Wells, I'm joking. They're not the ICJC, whatever that is. ICGC. But anyway, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 4. Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Babylon is falling.
And give people a cure period, but they should know that that will move very quickly and that we are serious. We are launching an economic onslaught.
Something should move very quickly. Why? They know they got a short time. Oh, Salaki, forgive me. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. I don't know why the phone moving so slow, man. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil just means accuser and slanderer, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And if you look at that video, God, I must do a video on the ecocidal maniacs of Esau, Edom, the ecocidal history of the U.S. military. You'll see type of great wrath that they come down with.
And give people a cure period, but they should know that that will move very quickly and that we are serious. We are launching an economic onslaught against Iran's financial connections around the globe. Our objective is to sever every economic lifeline that sustains this tyrannical regime until Tehran stands alone.
Okay, so they say they have an objective to basically destroy Iran, and then they said, by any means necessary is what he just said. And they're not playing, they're moving warp speed. And then they said that Iran has an objective to cut off the power of America for 18 months. So get ready for Esau Edom to come down with great wrath, for the accuser, because the word devil just means accuser, slanderer, for the accuser and slanderer to come down with great wrath, because they know they have but a short time.
Today we are launching Operation Economic Outcast to foreclose every other option available to the Iranian regime. Treasury has mapped every node, every facilitator, and every network that Iran has used to smuggle oil and evade sanctions. Beginning today, the actions of Treasury and other...
So instead of the actions of Treasury being to make sure that you got something, so you got some money in your pocket, they focus on Iran money. The U.S. Treasury is not worried about. Matter of fact, let me ask this. Is the U.S. Treasury's first priority to the U.S. citizen? No. No single statutory first priority ranks U.S. citizens over bondholders or other legal obligations when the U.S. Department of Treasury manages government funds. No single statutory first priority ranks U.S. citizens. All right, so does U.S. Treasury, is the U.S. Treasury involved with buying? And it's the international banking family. But I just want to see yes, U.S. citizens can buy and sell U.S. Treasury securities directly from the federal government. All right, so the U.S. Treasury is involved with buying and selling to the U.S. citizens when it comes to buy and sell Treasury securities. All right, Treasury securities. So the whole financial system, when it comes to the so-called people on the earth, is in for a rude awakening, because it's all a big Ponzi scheme, and it's all a big blame game, and it's all a big backdoor deal pocketing thing. Unfortunately, but fortunately, I might not even get through this whole video. We're at the end of the world. The end of the world as we know it.
Other agencies will tighten the noose and block every potential source of revenue that funds the IRGC and the evil Iranian regime. We are enforcing a zero leakage approach. There will be
evil. Okay, let's look at what the word evil means. Matter of fact, the phone about to die anyway. Evil, bad, vicious. Is Babylon the Great evil? Is Babylon the Great bad? Is Babylon the Great vicious? Is Babylon the Great ill? Is Babylon the Great wicked? Evil takes one to know one, huh? Matter of fact, let me ask the chat a question. What does work? What's more evil, America or Iran by definition of evil in the past 200 years of history? I don't search the web. Oh, yeah. If we define evil in historical, moral sense as deliberate or knowingly tolerated actions that cause large-scale deletion, enslavement, oppression, dispossession, torture, or suffering of innocent people, then over the full 200-year period, roughly 1826 to 2026, the United States has the heavier overall record of harm. No, Iran is not morally innocent. The hell with them too. May Yahweh Shem Yahushua judge them speedily. I would say destroy, but they got to go into captivity. Matter of fact, let's get some more scriptures. Yeah, this phone is like fake glitching. All right. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, in Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 verse 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to the other. And that's about to take place